Good morning, class. I am Miss Evelyn J. M. Campbell and I am your English teacher for this morning. Before we start our discussion, may I request everyone to please stand for we will be having our opening prayer. May I request Marcus to lead our opening prayer. Amen. Good morning, class. How are you today? That's good to hear that you are all fine. Now, before taking your seats, kindly arrange your chairs properly and pick up some pieces of paper under your chair if there are any. You may now take your seats. Now, class, let us check your attendance first. Who is absent today? None? Very good. I can see that you are really motivated to attend our class since no one is absent. Please keep it up. We should always be present in our class so that we can learn so many things. Now, class, here is our classroom rules for you to be guided. What are the do's and don'ts in our class? Nala, can you please read our classroom rules? Okay, thank you. Would you like to add one more classroom rules for us to follow? Okay, Nan. Again, class, please remember our 3 classroom rules. First is to listen attentively to your teacher, so you must observe silence. Second is to raise your right hand or your left hand if you want to answer. And then lastly, do not use your mobile phone, or you can switch it to silent mode so that you cannot disturb your other classmates. Is that clear, class? Okay, very good. Now let us have a short recap about your discussion last meeting, which is the adjective and the adverb. So what is adjective and adverb? Yes, Almi. Very good. Adjective is a word used to describe a noun or a pronoun, while the adverb is a word used to describe a verb, an adjective, and another adverb. So who can give me an example of adjective and adverb? Yes, Afra. Very good. I can see that you really learned a lot during our class last meeting. So do you have any question or clarification regarding our lesson last meeting? Okay, none. Now let's have a first activity. This is our first activity in our class this morning. But before that, let me group you first into 3 groups. Please start counting. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So this side will be the group 1, this side will be the group 2, and this side will be the group 3. So you may now proceed to your respective classroom. Now, class, here is the mechanics. I will present 1 sentence for each group. This is for the group 1. And this is for the group 2. And lastly, this is for the group 3. Now, all you have to do is to examine and analyze the given sentence. And after that, I will call one member from each group to answer my question. Is that clear, class? Okay, I will give you 1 minute to analyze and observe this sentence or this scenario. Is that clear, class? Okay, now timer starts now. Time's up. Okay, group 1, I want to hear Alvin. So, what is your reaction, or what have you understand about this sentence, about this sentence given to your group? Okay, very good. It's confusing, right? Because the well buttered is supposed to describe the dinner roll, not the woman. Very good. How about the group 2? I want to hear Melissa. Okay, very good. It's very ridiculous, right? Have you seen a house made of barbed wire? No? Me too. Now, for the last sentence, I want to hear Marjan from the group 3. Okay, based on what we've understand that it seems like she bowed her head in Toronto, and it's very, very, very ridiculous, right? So now I have a question for you based on our activity. So what have you noticed or observed on these 3 sentences? Okay, error, very good. Next question. What is wrong with these sentences, with these 3 sentences? For the group 1. Okay, Alvin. How about the group 2? Angela. Very good. How about the group 3? I want to hear Mikaela. So, the modifier and the word being modified are not close with each other. So, these are the things that we will discuss this morning. The modifier, specifically the misplaced modifier and the dangling modifier. So these are the 2 common errors when we use modifier. But before that, let us read first our learning objectives. Crisel, can you please read our learning objectives? Okay, thank you again, class. Those are the things that we need to attain in our class this morning. So now, let's proceed to our discussion. So what can anyone have an idea what is modifier? Yes, Yelona. Yes, very good. So modifier is actually a word or phrase that adds information about another word or phrase. Regine, can you please read what the 3 types of modifier? Thank you. Again, class, so these are the 3 types of modifier. First is the adjective. I have a red car. Where is the modifier here? Very good, red. Red is actually the modifier in the sentence. That modifies the noun car. Very good. How about the adverb? He ran quickly. So where is the modifier here? Quickly. Quickly is the modifier that modifies the verb run. Lastly, modifier phrases. Looking at the clock, he noticed that he was late. Where is the modifier phrases here? Yes, Hasmi. Very good. Looking at the clock is actually the modifier phrases. That modifies the actor. He. Very good. Now, let's in some sentences, it contains misplaced modifier and dangling modifier. So these are the common errors when we use modifier. So do you have an idea what is modifier? I mean misplaced modifier. None? Okay. Margin, can you please read what is modifier? I mean misplaced modifier, and give me your own explanation about this misplaced modifier. Okay, thank you. So misplaced modifier, the modifier and the word being modified is far from each other. So how can we fix misplaced modifier? All we need to do is to find the modifier. Second is to identify the word being modified. And lastly is make sure that the modifier and the word being modified is close to each other or near to each other. Is that clear, class? So this is actually the example of misplaced modifier. More beautiful than any human being, the explorer noticed the mermaid. So as you can see here, more beautiful than any human being is the modifier phrases that who is being modified here. Is it the human? Is it the explorer or the mermaid? Mermaid, very good. So as you can see, the mermaid is very, not close to the modifying phrases. So all we need to do is to transfer the mermaid near to its modifying phrases. Is that clear, class? So this is the correct sentence of this. The explorer noticed the mermaid, which was more beautiful than any human being. As you can see, the mermaid and the modifying princess is near to each other. So now, who can correct this incorrect sentence? Yes, Angela. Very good. So, moaning and haunting voices, the house contained many ghosts. So, moaning and haunting voices is the modifying princess. Who is being modified here? Is it the ghost or is it the house? Very good. It's the ghost. So, all we need to do is to transfer the ghost near to its modifying princess, and it becomes the house contained many ghosts, moaning and haunting voices. As you can see, the word being modified and the modifier is near to each other. Now, do you have any question about misplaced modifier?